Hello, ladies, and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. This is one of my favorite opportunities to connect with you, and today with Angelle. Angelle, welcome and hello.
Hello.
Hi, so today we're doing an episode of our Q&A week. This is where a woman can bring any question about her coaching business and we jam on it live. So Angelle is here. Angelle is actually a current student, almost alumni of Mentor Masterclass, my signature program. And she is a health and lifestyle coach for women who want to create a sweeter, more nourished life. She's the co-founder of the Nourish to Flourish Society, the 14-day Nourish to Flourish resets, and the 28 days to calm your cravings course. So I'm excited because Angelle is bringing a question that a lot of you, when we did a survey of my list, many of you asked a question around having a health coaching business and what to do next after that if you want to expand. And so Angelle's question is really powerful today because she had that question, has worked through it quite a bit, and is at a new place. So we're going to jam on both. So let me pass it to you, Angelle. What do you want to ask today? And we'll go from there.
Yeah, so I'm so happy to be here with you, Jay. So my question is, as you said, I'm a health coach, and now thanks to Mentor Masterclass, I am almost a life coach, and I am a life coach, I should say. And yeah, women that I work with or women that know me still see me often as a health coach only talking about food and digestion and weight loss. And so I would love to hear what you have to say for someone like myself or another health coach who really wants to go deeper and talk about other things.
So my first advice around this question is that I'm a health coach and I want to go deeper and talk about other things, is to expand your training into life coach training. And that's what you've done already. But I want to answer that part of the question for ladies who are starting out so we can really go through kind of step A to step Z. The reason is that I think when you go through a life coach training program, the intention of the course and the container of the course helps you to explore deeper things from deeper lenses. When you go into health coach training, you're looking at the lens of people coming to you for support because they have a health question, desire, or goal that they can't accomplish on their own, and they're looking for that education or that support system. And therefore, most health coach training is focused on that. And a huge thing I see missing in a lot of health coach training programs is the ability to work with your clients on the deeper things that come up, even when they are coming to you with health concerns, which many experienced health coaches like you start to realize when you get into a health coaching relationship that there's so much more to talk about than eating your greens and moving your body and working through whatever emotional relationships you have to food, right? In order to create those changes, you need to have a level of experience and technique with accountability and the neural pathways of the brain and what gets someone to respond and feel natural motivation versus what makes something hard, how to work with their patterns and their psyche and their belief systems to shift their relationship around food. And I think that health coach training programs don't have enough space to go deeply into that because there's so much education shared around the different approaches to emotional eating, food, diet, body, all of those things that you will help a health coaching client shift through. So when you get life coach training from a program that has the intention of teaching you those deeper skill sets, you become more confident as a coach, where you feel more confident going into uncharted territory, meaning you have a set, I think as a health coach, you can say, I know a lot about food now. I know a lot about the body system. So I'm confident and comfortable navigating those conversations, getting in there and seeing what's going on. When you're transitioning into life coaching, it's not such a clear path. Each client is so unique, and it opens a broader door of you needing to feel really confident and masterful as a coach to approach those conversations and to help your clients make those shifts. So ideally, you want to be in a program that's helping you really to become a master life coach. Even so, though, once you get those techniques, you're in a bit of an interesting position because you've already started a brand and you've already have devoted yourself to an experience of expertise within health coaching, and you've already brought in clients that are coming to you through that brand and that portal. And I was thinking, Angelle, even when I read your title, it says health first. So the first thing we hear is health coach. So the first thing we're thinking of is, do I have a health problem or inquiry that I would need your support with, right? And what happens with us interpersonally as women going through our own life challenges and then trying to adjust our business is it requires a lot of self-trust to change your brand. It requires a lot of self-trust and vision to transition from something you've worked so hard to create into something new. And so I think that process really needs someone to be beside you, walking that with you. You need a mentor or a sister circle or a support system in your life that is aware of what can come up in that transition and reflect back to your own strength and clarity so that you feel confident enough to make that transition. And really, I'm experiencing this even interpersonally in my brand. When there's just a shift that you want to make in your business, the masculine part of us becomes we want to hold so tight to what we've created because in some ways it's gotten easier. We've worked through a lot of the hard parts already to get that website up, to come up with that first program, to build those partnerships. And there's a lot of foundation around that. It's the masculine part of us that wants to secure the perimeter and stay safe with what we know. It's the feminine part of us that usually arises and says, there's something more powerful emerging in me to speak about. There's a deeper way that I'm called to be of service in my life. There is more that I have to say, and it's going to require a new platform, right? And then either we're going to have trust in ourselves to create that new platform and to move forward, or we're going to resist and try to stay in the container. And what I see when many women experience through this is that it's a very challenging time because success begins to halt in their health coaching business, but yet there's still some success coming in that isn't coming in from this new way yet. And then there's should I focus more on growing my health coaching business to get more money and more clients so I'm safer before I go do a whole rebrand and shift my message into something that's not quite as certain? And it's that point where you're required to take a leap to get into the next level of your success, to open up to the next level of your expansion. And you've heard this before. I'm sure we can't expand without contracting first. Just like in childbirth, this life is created by many, many contractions. And that is the most challenging part in the shift. And so the best advice I can share is to be with someone who's aware of what is going to happen with you within your sovereignty, within your psyche, within your strength, within your self-trust, to support you through that process, because it's very hard to go at it alone, and it will prolong that contracting time. I almost visualize it like having a doula. If you were lucky enough to have support in birth, that person that's saying, you're going to survive this. It's okay. I know it's painful. I know you think you're dying. I know you think everything has failed, but actually you are on the verge of an immersion of a very beautiful new life, and you are creating a new life in your business. So support system is strongly needed. The other side of it is to focus on self-trust and moving forward and to make the transition. It might look as small, Angelle, as shifting your title to Angelle is a lifestyle coach who also specializes in health. That is very different than Angelle is a health coach right up in the front, and it also starts. You don't have to do the big move first. Those come later. You don't have to rebrand your whole website and launch a new program and cancel your cleanse and all the other things that you do, right? But you do have to start trusting yourself to hold the new intention and frames for what's coming forward to you, and to actively be seeking, what else do I want to talk about and what is true? And how do I take what I know about health coaching and what I've created in my business and merge that as part of my expertise, but not as my front forward expertise, and start to shift the conversations with your clients. So what I see that being like is your current clients who are in contracts asking them to trust you and say, hey, what if we don't talk about your diet or greens or your body today, and we actually talk about something that I think is really important in a relationship, and then see what happens in those sessions, and see if your client says, I hated that. This is not what I came to you for, or if your client is like, wow, I'm really getting shifts from talking about this thing. So trusting yourself to shift the way that you do your sessions with the clients that you have and really leaning on those clients to give you feedback. I trust divine orchestration in that I bet the clients that you have right now are already primed because they're willing to go through the transition with you. And they aren't just wanting that cleanse, they're wanting so much more in their relationship with you. So trust yourself to bring that in. And then when you're doing consultations with new clients, be really forward and say, I'm not interested in just talking about a cleanse anymore. I keep using that because, that's what part of your business. But, I'm interested in this. This is what I believe in my work, and this is where I'm seeing my new expertise. How do you feel about that? And I think what you'll notice is a response to like, if the person says no, I just want someone to teach me how to eat greens and stick to my cleanse, then you need to trust yourself to say, you're not the right client for me right now. And while the income would be great, I'm trusting where I'm going and closing this energy loop and saying no and beginning to make space for that. I think that's the beginning part of the transition. And then what happens is new program ideas begin to emerge. You've already started to create a new tribe that's getting to know you. And then you can do a bigger outward, expression of what you've stepped into once you have a little bit more clarity through the practice. So what does that bring up for you, Angelle, and how does that relate to kind of the journey from shifting from health coach, going through life coach training to where you are?
Yeah, so it all pretty much resonates with me, like all of it. And I love that you just that simple point about my title, that I put health first. Like I just wasn't even seeing that, right? Mm-hmm. I wasn't seeing that. To me, I was like, I was using it as a way to transition. But that shift, I already feel a shift in my energy. Yeah. So, and then the support, I think that's one of the things that's been so powerful in Mentor Masterclass, the sisterhood, right? Mm-hmm. And so having that connection, having that space and being in relationship with women to help through this transition has been key. Mm-hmm. Because it is like being that health coach has been a part of my identity for so long. And that's, I think what happens for a lot of us is we're trained in one area. And I've had some success in that area, and there are things that I love about it, but I also know that it is that feminine side, that feminine energy that's been, thanks to you and Mentor Masterclass and this experience that I've been so much more in touch with. And so that desire that you're talking about, that's kind of coming up mm-hmm. to go deeper, like that really resonates with me. So the support and the connection, absolutely.
And I think you're touching on something too. I think maybe we all have this vision for our businesses that once we get it and we get some success, like we'll just move upward and we'll never have a moment of challenge or transition. At least that's what we hope. So I think it can be jarring when it happens early in your business, when you're a newer health coach and your business hasn't even thrived fully to success yet and you already want to transition. There's this juxtaposition. Should I just stay focused on what I'm doing, or should I allow this change to emerge? And then the discomfort that comes from that when you just started to get some traction and feel comfort and confidence. But it's all part of building a truly successful, unique brand that is an expression of who you are and the life experience that you want to have, and trusting those moments where you're kind of on the edge of a cliff again after you just jumped off one. It's really challenging. And so the key to the support is being also enough to get to this point of clarity where you can say, okay, it's okay that this is challenging. It's okay that I'm scared. I'm aware of all the things happening within myself and that this is a choice for me right now. And you have to bring that level of clarity to your support system and say, I need you to hold me accountable to what's in the highest good for me. I need you to remind me of my strength and my ability. I need you to help me not stay stuck in a pattern or securing the perimeter, and trust as I deepen into more and more alignment with myself and my brand that I can do this. Because we need that. Because truly, I have built a successful business and feel like a confident woman most of the time. I'm going through this transition with you in my own way, and I am questioning everything. So I feel like I'm in life or death. I feel like everything I've created will die and fail. My family and everyone will leave me, and I will be starving homeless. Like, that is truly, in a moment of alone, the emotions that come up. So we're not talking about needing a little support. We really need people to stand strong and firm for us in those moments and reflect back to us our power. And that's why sisterhood, what you're touching on, I think is key. Building a community that is with you long enough to get to know your strengths and weaknesses, and you being clear enough within your internal self-discovery to see, okay, I know that this is going on, but sharing that and saying, here's where I'm going. This is what I desire and what I need. And then asking for the support to work through those tender moments where you will feel fear. And how do you shift that fear to love and going after your business with the fierceness and openness of your heart? Because, Angelle, you're just taking your strengths and perfecting and getting clearer. And I can feel the major energy shift in saying, Angelle is a lifestyle coach that is an expert in health. It's like, okay, that actually even resonates with me more than where I'm at, because I have lots of goals and things that I want to talk about. My business, my relationship with my husband, deeper feminine approach to my life. But I know that health is a concern, and I want someone that specializes in that. But ultimately, I'm not going to come to you to teach me how to eat or a cleanse, or only because I want to talk about that. I'm probably going to get to feel a lot more of your expertise, which from a simple title shift would happen. And then I think that will influence your programs now too, the titles of your programs or the taglines of what's included, or even how you show up in the health programs that you lead, and reveal more of what you have to offer.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And I love the whole idea of having the relationships and sisterhood to reflect, that you reflect back, to have sisters reflect back to me what they see and and really help me stay and guide me and stay on that path for what I'm really here to be doing, what I'm meant to be doing. Because without that, I know for me, I would think, well, everybody's going to think I'm flighty, like I'm changing from this to this and then this to this,
Mm-hmm.
But when you have women reflecting back to you what they're really seeing and how you're showing up in the world through this transition, that's not what they see at all.
Mm-hmm.
They see that, what I have heard from women is that I'm learning and growing, and I'm expanding, and I'm becoming more clear and more grounded in what I'm here to be doing. And so I love that reflection piece as well.
Mm-hmm. And the thing I'm thinking of too, Angela, is the next layer of that is curating the sisterhood, but also if you're looking about where to invest in your own personal development, that you're seeking out a space of not more information. You don't need more business training right now. You don't need more health coach training. You've had the life coach training, so you've mastered those techniques are available to you. Now is the point for you to be in an experience where you get intimate, reflective support and coaching around holding yourself to decision making and action through this process. And for you, I think in a feminine way, for most of us as women, that's going to be more helpful to tune into your power versus trying to just follow a structure or a system. So looking for programs and support systems now that even get deeper into that level of intimate connection. So you're not in like a crowded room with a bunch of information, but you're actually working the edges of your own growth and being reflected back, questions that are going to help you get clearer.
Yeah. Yes, I feel that. I love that.
Thank you for this question, Angelle, because there are so many women that come from health coach training because that is the first catalyst to opening up to their purpose in the world. And I know that they're struggling already, and they're in a space of deep inquiry and insight about what to do next. So it's great to have you here because you can reflect to them already the shifts that you made and changes to be able to say, I am a life coach, and to recognize some of the other skills and gifts that you have to bring to the conversation, and then now to really integrate that into your business. I think it's a beautiful mirror for them of what's to come and how they might just take those baby steps as they're recognizing that they are so much more than just a health coach and desire so much more in their business and their brand.
Yes, you're welcome, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to be here with you.
Thank you, Angelle. So ladies, you can find a link to find Angelle below if you've just been interested in some of the programs we mentioned or continuing the conversation or feeling in alignment with her. And if you have a question about your coaching business that you would love to ask live, please do send in your question and we'll see if we can feature it on a future episode of Wake Up Wednesday. Thanks for being here, ladies. I'd love to hear in the comments below, and I'm sure Angelle would too, what came up for you around this, what clarity did you receive, and what shifts are you going to make moving forward. And Angelle, it was such a gift to get to be with you live today. I love you, and thank you for bringing this.
Thank you.
Do you want to become a confident and masterful life coach? Imagine feeling completely supported by a brilliant sisterhood while you launch your dream business and attain financial freedom. Mentor Masterclass is an all-in life coach training program for 40 women who are on a mission to learn from the best. You can join Mentor Masterclass at the beginning of any new month while spaces are available. Head on over to mentormasterclass.com to learn more about the training and apply now.